What's going on? Welcome back to Normal Baseball. Today we're going to be talking about 10 trades that could happen in MLB this offseason. Let's get into it. What's going on? Welcome back to yet another episode of the Normal Baseball Podcast. I'm Alex, Normal Dog. That is Lewis. Milo, Normal Dog, is under the table that I'm currently sitting at, so
he's dead asleep.
He's dead asleep. So, but yeah, welcome back, guys. If you're listening, make sure to subscribe, comment, like, share, follow. Check us out, social medias. We thank you for listening. We're gonna get into it. Today we are going to do a fun topic. Fun times. We made our own trades that could happen in MLB. Just kind of concepts, trades, stuff that's been rumored maybe a little bit. I'm very excited.
This is going to be a fun episode.
So we have 5 categories to go through. We each picked a trade or made a trade rather for our category.
Out of thin air.
The categories are a trade you like, a trade you dislike, a in-division trade, an intercity trade, so LA, New York, you know. And then the fifth one is just any trade. No limits, no boundaries, just any trade basically fits in the other categories. Yeah. Because you're either going to like it or dislike it.
Had to make it a nice even number.
Yes.
Yeah. All
right. Well,
let's get this thing
going. Let's get right into it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start with what do we want? Do we want to start with just?
I say that go in order of how you just said them. So let's start with a trade that we both like.
All right, a trade that we both like. You want to do rock paper scissors? Go first.
You're gonna lose.
All right, let's go.
Rock paper scissors.
Wait.
Rock paper scissors shoot. What? It's rock paper scissors shoot.
Okay. Rock says shoot.
Yes.
Rock paper scissors says shoot. Nice. All right. Best 2 out of 3.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, says shoot.
All right, nice. Perfect. Destroyed. Dominated. Okay. So, my first trade that I like has Rafael Devers, current Red Sox third baseman.
Right.
Heading to the Giants.
Oh.
Would you like to know the package?
Should we just move on?
Obviously, Devers only has a year left in his contract.
But he plans to opt out of the rest of it.
He says he's going to opt out, so with that in mind, it would make sense for the Red Sox to trade him.
Get something out of him.
I had the brilliant solution of the Red Sox in return from the Giants would get Anthony DeSclafani, starting pitcher. I believe he has 1 year left on his contract. But he's been good. He didn't play much last season, but he's been good.
Okay.
Get ready for this.
Okay.
Ford Proctor. Oh yeah, Ford Proctor. He is a utility player, kind of. He played a little bit last season. In 7 games, hit 111, but I feel like the potential might be there.
How old is he?
He is currently 25.
Oh, so he's got time. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's got time, you never know. And then...
I wonder if the mic just picked that up. Milo snoring?
Maybe.
Sorry to cut you off.
And then we got Keaton Winn, who is a starting pitcher, and he is the Giants' number 9 overall prospect.
Okay.
Followed up by Luis Matos, who is the Giants' number 3 overall prospect and is also the 45th overall prospect in baseball. So that's my package for a year of Rafael, 2 years, because maybe with the Giants he wouldn't opt out.
I think no matter what, he's going to opt out. So I see the Devers trade being a more all-in trade. But I do like the package. Sending him to the Giants would be a nice way for the Giants organization to say sorry to all the fans who thought that they had Aaron Judge, who thought that they had Carlos Correa, who expected them to spend money, and they wound up not spending the big check that everybody thought they were. But that is an interesting trade. I like it. I think long term, you could say that the Giants might win that trade. Because, we just saw with the Mookie Betts trade, prospects can amount to nothing.
That's true. And I do think that if the Giants can continue to maybe do well and maybe build around him even more, he'll consider extending with the Giants and just staying there, which is why I think you add that number 3 prospect into there. Their number 3 overall organization, 45th in MLB. And then they have their 9th overall prospect. They got a starting pitcher who's only going to be there for a year, but it just kind of throw him in there too. I think it would be a good trade. And for the Giants, they don't have a third baseman right now.
All right.
They're looking for a third baseman is what I'm trying to say. And he's on the market, right? He should be. But we don't know if he is. But if he was on the market, I think the Giants are a really good landing spot for him.
Certainly. Well, round of applause. Way to kick us off. Good trade. Should I get going on my first trade? A trade that I would like to see?
Yeah, let's hear it.
All right. I have Rafael Devers making his way out to the left coast to the Seattle Mariners.
Oh.
Just push every last chip you have in Mariners, and in return, the Seattle Mariners obviously getting Rafael Devers. Guy only has technically 1 year left. He plans on opting out. He is a Boris client. Easily $30 million a year player. Can we say that?
Yeah.
Devers? Easily $30 million a year. Just hit under 300. 27 homers in Fenway Park with a 141 OPS plus is nothing to laugh at. And it sends Boston into a rebuild. Now, you ask, what does Boston get in return? And let me tell you. Headlining the package is current third baseman of the Seattle Mariners, Eugenio Suarez. A little bit older. I believe right now he is 31. So a little bit older than Devers. However, a lot less money and no stress from the fan base, obviously, of having to re-sign their third baseman. As well as Jared Kelenic, who, although he batted 141 this season in 54 games, certainly, he was a top prospect for a reason. He has potential, and I think the fans out in Seattle are not really the biggest advocate of him anymore, which is sad, but a nice fresh start far away from having to hear any chirping of that sort from Seattle would be fun. As well as their current number 1 ranked prospect, catcher Harry Ford, who triple slashed. I mean, I just love this one. 274 average, an on-base percentage of 425, and an OPS of 863 in Double A or in High A, with 23 stolen bases. That's a lot for a catcher, especially at such a young age.
High A though, so
yeah, but it's still a good. It shows that he has speed, which is good. And the final piece would be right-handed pitcher Prelander Biroa.
What?
Baroa?
Bro, if you can't say his name, take him out of the trade.
No, he's the he's the Mariners' 15th ranked prospect, who in both High A and Double A had a 2.86 ERA in just over 100 innings with a 1.16 WHIP. That would be my trade that I would just absolutely love to see. That gets Devers into a completely that team. If the Mariners had Devers, that I would take them to win the AL West.
It would be a good fit. Yeah, it's the same, similar to last season. Everyone said Chris Bryant should be a Mariner.
Yeah,
good fit. They need a third baseman, and Suarez wasn't terrible last season, but he certainly wasn't Rafael Devers.
I mean, the man is a left-handed bat, which always having a left-handed bat who could probably bat third behind guys like Julio Rodriguez and I don't even know the rest of the Mariners lineup. I haven't looked into them that much.
Ty Raleigh,
Teoscar. I mean, that is just a bopper top of the lineup, and genuinely, I think that pushes them over the edge of me being able to confidently say they could challenge the Astros.
Fair. I suppose. My only issue would be getting rid of Kelnick.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have Sam Haggerty playing left field for them permanently. Seems like that way. I mean, it's not a bad trade. You kind of... What was that last prospect's name? What was the first name?
Prelander?
Prelander? Is he like...
He's the number 15 ranked prospect in the...
Oh, I see. Baroa?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
But I think that...
So wait, let me get this right. Suarez, Kelnick, Prelander.
And Harry Ford.
So they get rid of their number 1 overall prospect. But my only word... I mean, Harry Ford, not ranked top 100. I mean, that's not bad.
You have to remember that they just traded away basically all their top 100 guys to get Luis Castillo.
I like it.
And I think Harry Ford is a guy who's on the rise.
I actually like the trade. I like that trade because third baseman, more complete team. I like it.
A lefty. And think about it. He hit 27 homers playing in Fenway Park for half the season. How many of those would have been home runs in 29 other stadiums? As a lefty, it's like 380 down the line in Fenway.
Yeah.
Down his pull side. So
fair.
It would be... I think that would make the Mariners one of the most complete teams. Make it a lot of fun.
I like it.
Yeah.
I also like that trade.
Yeah. So far, I think we're both 1 for 1.
Yeah, but don't worry, everyone. That is the only trade that we had similar, I think.
Yeah.
I think everything else is different.
We had somebody take a look for us.
Yeah, so here we go. Trade you dislike. So
yeah.
My trade that I dislike
All right.
is one that has actually been rumored recently.
Dun dun dun.
It's been in a lot of people's mouths in it's been said a lot of places.
All right.
So my second trade is Bryan Reynolds of the Pittsburgh Pirates heading over to the New York Yankees. The New York Yankees, in return, would give Oswald Peraza, their number 3 overall prospect in the org. Clark Schmidt, a pitcher who still very young, has a lot of potential. Starter, and he has been in the bullpen a couple times for the Yankees last season. We got Aaron Hicks. Get him the hell out of New York. Just getting rid of that contract. Luis Heel, who Tommy John surgery last season, but was very, very good when we saw him before, and he still has a lot of control left in his contract.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jason Dominguez, the Yankees' number 2 overall prospect, and the number 46 overall prospect in baseball, going back to the Pirates. I hate this trade. I don't think Bryan Reynolds is worth a Juan Soto package. Because this is what I believe a Juan Soto package could have looked like if the Yankees were to trade for Juan Soto. Maybe get rid of Aaron Hicks, but this is what I think a package would have to look like to get Reynolds, and I don't think that it's worth it for the Yankees.
Definitely a trade that we have obviously heard plenty of rumors about. I agree with you. Definitely not a trade that is worth it for the Yankees. Obviously, there will be Yankee fans that do say it's worth it because you're bringing in a guy who helps you win now. But Oswald Peraza, in the short time that he has spent up at the major league level, is batting .300 and has an absolute cannon of an arm at shortstop. I think both of us as Yankee fans have had Oswald Peraza under more of a microscope than some other fans might have, and he's the real deal. I think there's no other way to put it. He is the real deal, and it's not worth trading him alone. Dominguez, more of a wild card, but, I mean, you can't promote a guy to your organization, to your fan base, as the Martian, one of a kind, switch-hitting outfielder who can just do anything, and then trade him away for a switch-hitting outfielder.
Yeah, it wouldn't make much sense. I do want to, like Jason Dominguez in the minors, 2022, throughout the minors, batted .273, 837 OPS, and he's close. I want to say he's close to being an MLB guy. Maybe not next season, maybe the end of this season, maybe next season. And I don't think that's worth it to trade away for 3 years of Bryan Reynolds when you're going to have this guy for 6 years. And if he can live up to the potential that you're bringing him up to be, it's not worth trading him. Not only that, but a guy like Luis Heel, who might be in a trade, had a 3.70 ERA in the 2021 season. Sure, yes, 6 games, but he looked awesome in those 6 games. You got a guy like Aaron Hicks, you're just trying to get his contract off the books. No one's going to take Donaldson. You would want to also get Donaldson off the books, but no one's taking Donaldson.
Yeah.
Clark Schmidt was in the bullpen this year. He started a couple games, but he was in the bullpen for a majority of the year. Had a 3.12 ERA. He's very good, looking up for him. And then Oswald Peraza batted 3.06 in 18 games that he played in the major leagues, and especially for a rookie that's just literally making his debut coming into the MLB, batting 3.06 in your first 18 games is very, very good. So I don't know. I think any trade that the Pirates would want from the Yankees for Reynolds would not be worth it, and I don't think I would like it no matter what, unless it was a less value trade. But as long as they want a Juan Soto type package in their words, I don't think that's worth it. So that's why I dislike that
even
trade.
if people have been throwing around the idea of throwing in David Bednar into that package as well from the Pirates, it's still not worth it.
No, it's not.
You're giving up too much, and I understand that you're also trying to offload a bad contract in Aaron Hicks, but at the end of the day, you're still giving up some of the greatest young talent in your organization for a guy who I believe he only hit like 220-ish last year. Like, he didn't look as good as he was last season when the Pirates should have traded him, honestly.
Reynolds last year batted 262.
Yeah, so
he was good, though. But in 2021, he batted 302.
Right.
So we'll see if he can be better, but still, I just don't think it's worth it, giving up that much for one player. Even if you add Bednar in, they probably want one more thing, maybe.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's worth it, personally. Yeah. All right. So do you want to give us the trade that you dislike?
All right, so the trade that I dislike, sort of more made up in my head, but I saw rumors about this during the season, not about the teams, about the player, more specifically. I have the Los Angeles Dodgers going out, doing their Dodger thing of trading away prospect capitals for MLB level guys, picking up Jorge Polanco.
Okay.
All right. Market value, I would say anywhere between $10 and $20 million. I mean, he's on the other side of 30, but still has a lot of playing time left in his career. After having a 235 average and a 117 OPS plus, obviously, there's much room for improvement. But, he's not on the other side of 30. What the hell am I saying? He's 29 years old when the season starts. He should be 29. My apologies about that. But Polanco, switch hitting, second baseman who plays pretty good defense, does not have the arm to move around to short or third, but certainly can play a very good second base. He did play shortstop a little bit last season. Free agent after this upcoming season, so it's just a one-and-done trade. And the Twins, I have them getting back Diego Cartierra, which is the MLB-ranked 8th prospect, and third baseman Logan Wagner, who is a rookie, just drafted, I believe, last season. Only played 15 games of rookie ball and is the Dodgers' 28th ranked prospect. This is, I think, the Dodgers doing the Dodger thing, going out and finding the guy that they need to fit the holes in their lineup.
Now tell me why you don't like this trade.
I think Polanco, one, is just like a Minnesota Twin. Like, whenever you hear the word Jorge Polanco, you don't want to think of a Dodgers uniform, you think of the Twins. And most importantly, I think that the Twins still, although they lost Carlos Correa and they traded away Jose Barrios last trade deadline, I still think that they're very much in like a let's go try to win now mode. It's still the AL Central. There's no team that's a super duper powerhouse like the AL East having their powerhouses or like the AL West having the Astros. The Twins are still in a very good spot, and Jorge Polanco was a cornerstone of that team, which is why I would hate to see him get traded away.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. I would actually like that. For the Dodgers, I would like that.
I wouldn't. Giving up
the only
catcher like that?
The only reason I would disagree with it is from a Twins perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Because, they go out and get Gallo. They go out and get Vasquez. It's clear that they're not, completely throwing their team in the bin. They still have Buxton.
Yeah.
At the moment, they still have Kepler, Who else they have? They have Ryan Jeffers, who hasn't been bad.
They have Joe Ryan.
They just got Kyle Farmer, too.
Kyle Farmer.
Jose Miranda, Nick Gordon. Like, they have good players still.
Yeah, the Twins have good players.
So getting rid of, like, one of your cornerstone
the
players.
cornerstone.
Yeah, getting one of your cornerstone players is not worth it at all. So.
Wait a minute, Pudge. Wait a minute, Pudge. It looks like he was waving at me.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
No, that's just, to me, that's not worth it at all.
Yeah, definitely a trade that I would not like.
No, me too.
So, I think we're both 2 for 2 still. It ain't that easy.
But I will say, with that last trade, I wouldn't mind if it happened.
I would be annoyed.
I wouldn't mind.
But I think I would not mind it if that meant that they were going to go all out, like, let's trade everybody and do what we can do to get anybody back.
Okay. For the in-division trade.
In-division trade.
My in-division trade.
What division?
The AL Central.
Okay.
Might be one of the most boring trades you ever heard, so don't get too excited.
I'm so excited.
Okay. Well, I hate to say I'm building your hopes up, but the Kansas City Royals trading Michael A. Taylor to the Guardians for a player to be named later. That's the whole trade. Thank you.
Not gonna lie.
I mean, can you argue?
I could see it happening.
That's what I'm saying.
However, do the Guardians really need another fast guy in their lineup?
They do. The Guardians, I don't think Miles Straw belongs in that lineup.
Hi, are you a Yankee fan?
Oh, no, but actually, he wasn't good last season.
No, he was not good at all. But
and Michael A. Taylor, in 124 games last season, batted .254, 670 OPS. Yes, not bad, but that's pretty normal for him. 10 doubles, 9 homers, 43 runs batted in, 3 triples. I mean, why not?
Yeah, for a player to be named later.
And he's a veteran, just for PTBNL.
You know, I could buy into it. I could
see it happen. Not only could I see it happening, but I think it's a good fit too. So.
Fair enough. All right, good, nice, short and simple trade. Mine
short,
is the exact
simple.
Opposite.
Oh God. Yeah, go.
Ready?
Let's hear yours. Your in-division trade.
My in-division trade has the St. Louis Cardinals going out and getting Corbin Burnes.
Nice.
From the Milwaukee Brewers for a package centered around Tyler O'Neill, who, I mean, when healthy, is one of the top outfielders in baseball. Oh, well, in the National League. How's that?
Yeah.
Made it a little bit more narrow. Rookie of the Year, 3rd place finisher, Brendan Donovan. Sell really high on Brendan Donovan. Might as well. Definitely, after putting up 4.1 WAR at 8 different positions is not something to laugh at while hitting 280 with a 126 OPS plus. And finally, their shortstop prospect, Mason Wynn, who is currently ranked 51st in the MLB's prospect pipeline. And he just hit 283 across both high A, double A, 63 RBIs, and 43 stolen bases. I mean, he's next level athletic on both sides of the ball. And if the Brewers make a trade involving Corbin Burnes, they're hitting the reset button. So might as well go get a young, talented prospect on top of everything else.
My issue with that is, what's their rotation looking like then?
Their rotation now without Corbin Burnes?
No, I'm saying, what's their rotation looking like after Corbin Burnes? Because they still have it would be Steven Matz, just what are they going to do with him?
Oh, are you talking about the Cardinals?
I'm talking about the Cardinals, yeah.
He would kick to the bullpen. Or UDFA. I mean, whatever the hell you want to do with Steven Matz.
I guess. Yeah, no, I mean, it could work. Tyler O'Neill is a tough give up.
Yeah, but
because then who's sitting in center field or who's sitting in left field for the...
That would be...
Not only that, but you're giving up Brendan Donovan too, which would make Nolan Gorman your probably everyday second baseman.
Mm-hmm.
And that's taking over for a guy who was significantly better than him last season.
And Nolan Gorman played where last season?
What?
What position did he play last season?
Just infield.
So in my head, I have them calling up Jordan Walker early in the year, who is the number 6 ranked prospect in all of baseball, I have them calling him up early.
Why? He's in Double-A right now?
Yeah. Have you ever met a guy, he just won the World Series MVP, his name is Jeremy Pena?
Yeah, I guess.
Might as well take a shot with him. I mean, if the Cardinals are going to do this, I think you can kind of guarantee that the rotation is going to be solid, especially if Jack Flaherty comes back and is fully healthy. That rotation is solid. So you have the flexibility. You kind of know that you're winning the division already before the season starts. You have the flexibility to call up young guys and test out things.
I suppose. I'm going to be honest, not the biggest fan. I don't really like the trade.
I liked it.
Yeah, I don't really like it. I don't think it's worth it.
Because the Brewers have been trying to go rebuild without going rebuild.
I get that, but I don't like it from the Cardinals standpoint. I think they have a very good team right now. I don't think they really need to change much. They just got Wilson Contreras. They had one of the top 5 Rookie of the Year players.
Yeah, but
they're not going to get rid of him.
You got to bring in a new pitcher.
No, not necessarily.
Yeah,
but not giving up a top 5 Rookie of the Year. That's more young talent. And Tyler O'Neill, who you still have 2 years left of control of him, and he's 2025, and he's very good still.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't think it's worth it for the Cardinals, if I'm being honest.
Well, we'll find out.
We'll find out. I don't think it's worth it.
I would love to be hired as the Brewers.
I love that we both just said we'll find out, as if this trade's actually going to happen.
Yeah, it's been a ton.
Yeah.
But, no, that definitely, in a real-life situation, Corbin Burnes, I don't think, will ever be traded anywhere. The only chance he has to get out of Milwaukee for agency. He's just too valuable.
Yeah, I think if that trade should happen, if that trade happened, the Cardinals would lose that trade. Would wind up losing that trade. Not to say the Brewers are going to be better than them.
Fair enough.
I just think, player-wise, it's not worth it for their lineup to take that big of a hit.
All right. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I like the trade.
I understand. I get it.
All right.
Okay. So moving on to my intercity trade. So a trade in the same city. What's funny? Same city.
Yeah.
What's funny about that is I didn't do the same city.
Neither did I.
I did the same region area.
I did the same state.
I didn't even do the same state.
Okay.
But you'll see what I mean when I say it.
All right.
The Washington Nationals will be trading, in my scenario,
Okay.
the Washington Nationals would trade starting pitcher Mackenzie Gore to the Baltimore Orioles in exchange for
A player to be named later.
no, Kyle Bradish, who starting pitcher,
Okay.
and Kobe Mayo, third baseman, the Orioles' number 6 overall prospect, and the 53rd overall prospect in MLB. For Mackenzie Gore. And I think you let Grayson Rodriguez stay in the minors for me. Oh, well, no. I take that back. You would be getting rid of Kyle Bradish, who was one of your starting pitchers. Grayson Rodriguez still comes in young. If you really wanted to, you could throw DL Hall in that trade, who is also a pitcher. He's the Orioles' number 4th and 30th overall in baseball. But I think Mackenzie Gore to the Orioles would be fun.
Wait, DL Hall?
DL Hall, yeah.
In all of baseball, he's the 87th ranked prospect.
I'm looking at 30 right now.
On the Orioles?
No. 4th on the Orioles, 30th overall. That's what I'm looking at right now. According to Fangraphs.
Oh, I have it on the MLB website.
Oh, I have it on Fangraphs. So.
All right, fair enough.
Good prospect still. And he played in the MLB last season. He's got potential. So I'll say those 3. Yeah, Kyle Bradish, DL Hall, Kobe Mayo, third baseman. And if I am getting this right, Kobe Mayo seemed to be pretty good. So let me... I'm trying to pull up his stuff, but of course it's not working. Okay, Kobe Mayo, he 3 leagues in 2022. He batted .247, not great, but almost 800 OPS. had 20 doubles, 19 home runs, 69 RBIs. Nice. And 5 stolen bases. So there's some potential there. And they already have Gunnar Henderson. The Orioles already have Gunnar Henderson, so there's no real reason in keeping him. Same thing with the pitcher, DL Hall. They have Grayson Rodriguez. They have this young rotation now, especially with Mackenzie Gore. I just think it would fit the build of the Orioles. Young, the team that has something to prove is the 2023 Baltimore Orioles. They have something to prove, and they're going to prove it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my intercity trade. Obviously, it's not the same city, but
it's damn near.
DC and Baltimore are about 30 minutes away from each other.
Yeah.
And they're in, like, when you think of DC, you're like, yeah, but it's right by Baltimore. It's Baltimore. Like, they're basically the same.
All right.
Well, you got no comments on that trade.
I like it. Well, I was going to give you comments. I like it. I agree with you that it is sort of just like Orioles doing what the Orioles need to do type of trade, which is always fun. The prospect package would be a great return for the Nationals, who just got another prospect package in return for Juan Soto and Josh Bell, which is good. It kind of just makes their team younger, makes them more developmental, and it loosens the leash even more on an organization that shouldn't have a tight leash to begin with.
Yeah, it's like, what could they do with that?
Yeah, it gives them room to grow, and we've seen it that, like, you know, you give prospects the time to grow, and you make sure that they mature properly and everything, and they become good players. I mean, that's how the Nationals won in 2019. Letting Juan Soto come up, letting the guys that they had in their organization really thrive, and they could do it again.
Yeah, I wouldn't go as far to say they could do it again.
No, I'm like, let their prospects thrive.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, no, I think, especially for the Nationals, I mean, they're getting 3 guys, actually. I know that Kyle Bradish is kind of lower on the list, but, like, the 2 prospects, yes. You could always use more prospects is something to live by if you're a
rebuilding baseball team.
Just baseball in general.
Yeah.
They have Lane Thomas, who is fairly young still, C.J. Abrams, Joey Meneses, star. He was amazing last season. Keibert Ruiz also has potential to be amazing. He was good. They just got Jeimer Candelario, who, baby. Luis Garcia, young guy. Victor Robles, who's still young. He's only 25. Somehow he feels like he's 47, but whatever. And then they have Riley Adams, Carter Kieboom. It's just
Kaboom.
Kieboom. It's not Kaboom.
I know, but I'm gonna say Kaboom.
Okay. Josiah Gray. Like, they just have young. They're young, and I like the Nationals. I do. I really do.
Yeah.
They made some noise at the end of last season. Not necessarily noise like playoff noise, but just like we recognized them as a team last season.
Yeah.
The Washington Nationals were a team in Major League Baseball last season.
They were. Congratulations, Nationals. Only 29 other teams could do that.
They are one of the teams of all time.
One of the all-time teams.
All right. Well, that's my inter-region trade.
All
What's
right.
yours? You said you don't actually have an same city either. So
Yeah,
that whole category was kind of just.
I mean, it helped.
It was poorly named. It could have been named better.
Yeah.
But it couldn't have been.
We
helped. Just decided not to do the same city.
Yeah.
Just happened to be.
I think, but like, when you mention these teams, everyone knows that they're like right next to each other.
Yeah.
They have to share the same living
They're
space.
associated.
Yeah. All right. My trade within a region, within a small region, has the Houston Astros acquiring Adolis Garcia from the Texas Rangers, who, I mean, one of the most consistent players over the last 2 seasons, played just about every game. He's batted .246 and plays great defense, which what the Astros could use as per usual. What could they not use? I feel like they just always want everything. And in return, the Rangers would get right-handed pitcher Hunter Brown, currently ranked 68th by the MLB. And in AAA, he had a 2.55 ERA with a 1.08 WHIP, 134 strikeouts over 106 innings. And then he got called up into the majors down the stretch, where he pitched to a .89 ERA across 7 games and looked fabulous. Looked like Justin Verlander 2.0.
Yeah, he's Verlander. I was going to say.
Absolutely, like, I got really excited to go watch Hunter Brown starts later down the year.
Yeah, he's got Verlander's, like, almost...
exact delivery.
Exact mechanics.
Oh my god, it's dying. Welcome back to normal baseball. It's just me now.
No.
But,
it's Milo. It's just Milo.
And I have the Astros also sending over their former first overall pick, Drew Gilbert, who last season in the minors hit .313 with a .936 OPS. This kid can play, and I looked at his stats, and I was like, how is no one talking about this guy? Realized that he did not play that many games. He was injured for a vast majority and came back just towards the end of the single-A season.
What was his name?
Drew Gilbert. Only played 30, only had 32 at-bats, but still hit .313 across those at-bats is amazing. So, definitely, Rangers, you guys get somebody who can eventually, in a couple of years, because of how good this guy seems, could replace Adolis Garcia in the outfield. So that would be my trade within the city.
My only issue with that is that the Rangers want to compete this year.
Yeah.
And getting rid of a guy like Adolis Garcia is
They're not making the trade, you know that, right?
No, I'm saying
okay.
Even the concept it doesn't make sense.
Right.
Why would they want to get rid of one of their star outfielder who they still have control over till 2027?
Because they cannot compete with the Astros.
Right, but they're not gonna be like, yeah, we can't compete. Here you go. There's Adolis Garcia. Like, I know they get Hunter Brown and everything, but they want to compete this season.
Hunter Brown is like their 5 starter because at the time of recording this, Nathan Eovaldi just signed with them. Hunter Brown will be like their 5 starter.
Yeah,
solid.
I don't like it.
I like it. I think it would be a fun trade.
It would be fun, I guess,
This is all
but I don't like it.
hypothetical. It would be entertaining.
I don't even know if that would be fun because they have literally no one to take over Adolis's spot.
Drew Gilbert.
Yes, but in 5 years, like... Bubba Thompson's going to be starting in right field for...
They got to sign a lot.
He's actually been decent. But, no, but I don't like it.
I like it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was a fun trade.
It's fun, but
I wanted to do the Astros and the Rangers. Like, that was my mindset going into it. Like, I did not want to do any other team but those.
It's fun, but I want it to be more... It's not very realistic.
Not realistic, but it's fun.
Which pivots completely into my final trade.
Oh, good segue. Good segue.
Any trade was the final trade.
All right.
And for my any trade, I went off the fucking charts. And I had the Los Angeles Angels.
Okay.
Just having some fun.
Some fun.
We're the Angels. We suck. So we're going to compete for the first month and a half of the season. Then we're going to get Mike Trout injured.
Oh my god!
Then we're going to not compete. Same thing every year. You know what I mean.
Okay.
Just they're not going to compete is what I'm trying to say.
Per usual.
Shohei Ohtani, as you may know,
oh my god,
is a free agent after this season.
Okay.
Free agent after this season.
All right.
Will he sign back with the Angels? Maybe, depending on how much money he gets offered. Because he'll probably go for money, but he might go for winning. He's Shohei Ohtani. He's a two-way player, best player in baseball, arguably. Shohei Ohtani is gone from Anaheim, and he's heading.
Just Shohei.
Just Shohei.
Okay.
He is heading to Flushing, to the New York Mets, baby. It's all about the Mets, baby. Love the Mets. Hit home runs. I think Shohei Ohtani, the Mets would be just Steve Cohen. It would just be the most Steve Cohen move. And what do I have to give? Did you have something to say?
I didn't even tell you the return. I need to know the return.
The return, if you must know,
I have to,
is the Mets 1 through 4, first, second, third, fourth prospects in their system being Francisco Alvarez, Ronnie Mauricio, however you say it, Brett Beatty, Alex Ramirez, who are all listed on the top 100 prospects in baseball, all have wild potential, especially Ronnie Maruccio. If I'm saying that wrong, I apologize.
Just won the MVP of the Dominican League.
Yeah, he's got a lot of potential, and it would be the most Steve Cohen thing to just give up the farm and say, I'm buying my teams anyway, so I could care less about my farm system and just start buying. The counter argument, yes, could be, we'll just wait for free agency and he'll give him $70 million per year in free agency. But I think just for the sake of this, I think it would be hilarious and fun if the Mets just said, here, take our top 4 prospects, even 5 if you want to do that, and we'll take Shohei for 1 year. Potentially not even sign him back.
Steve Cohen, he'll sign him back.
What do you think?
Perfection. The Mona Lisa of mock trades, if you will. Yeah, Chef Kiss.
King Shohei to Flushing. The king meets his throne.
All of that for a drop of blood, as Blooper would say.
Yeah, no, it's kind of outlandish.
It would be so out there, but then again, but my trades are out there too.
You want to say it's out there, but then how do you doubt Steve Cohen? Steve Cohen could pull this out of nowhere.
But notice how the New York Mets have, since even the Wilpons and well before them too, the Mets have historically been a bad organization to be drafted by because they don't have the developmental processes that other teams have, like the Rays, like the Dodgers, like the Yankees, like the Astros. They don't have that developmental ability as other teams. And finally, these guys break through. Francisco Alvarez, #1 prospect in all of baseball. Brett Beatty absolutely showed out for 1 game in Atlanta.
Yeah, showed out for 1 game.
That's what matters most to Mets fans. Playing against Atlanta.
Of course, well, yeah.
And
it's the last series of the season.
Yeah, third baseman could play the outfielder. Running
Maruccio. I'm not sure how to say it. I apologize, but yeah.
Trading him away after just winning the Dominican League MVP and being such an outstanding athlete in general, let alone being a great MLB player. Love it. Bring Shohei Ohtani to Queens.
I just think it would be you can't put it past. And I understand what you're saying. Like, these guys finally break out, but Steve Cohen does not give a shit. Steve Cohen could care.
Allow me to.
Steve Cohen is. I'm going to buy this World Series trophy.
Here, you be the GM of the Mets. I'll be Steve Cohen. I want Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, go for it.
But yeah, that's how I could see it playing. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, so do I.
All right. Do I move into my trade, which is also out there?
I'm so ready. I like the out there trades, especially when it's kind of realistic, but it's also very much not realistic. So we'll see. Go on.
My teeter's on that edge.
Would you say yours is just very unrealistic?
I don't know.
All right, let's hear it.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a trip out to Arizona.
Arizona.
The Diamondbacks have been a rebuilding team, and they, after just making a trade and acquiring Lourdes Gurriel Jr. and Gabriel Morneau,
love that trade.
Look really good.
We'll talk about that more tomorrow. I think it'll probably be tomorrow's episode if you're watching this on Wednesday. But yeah,
they look like they're actually really moving along well in their rebuild. Let me speed up that process for them. Arizona Diamondbacks, congratulations. You are now the proud team to sell Byron Buxton jerseys on your concourse. Byron Buxton goes to the Arizona Diamondbacks. Mind you, he's still signed through 2028 for $15 million a season. And of course, right now, that still seems high because he is an injury-riddled player. However, I still think that he has plenty left in him. He definitely does, actually. And played 92 games this year, looked really well, played some of the best center field in baseball. Definitely top 3, in my opinion, when it comes to defense.
Well, when healthy, yeah.
When healthy, just outstanding player. And in return, the Minnesota Twins, like I mentioned earlier in the trade that I did not like, start their rebuild by acquiring Kyle Lewis, right? MLB player, won the Rookie of the Year, I believe, in 2020, the COVID year.
Mickey Mouse Rookie of the Year. No.
Sort of.
No, I just say that about everything in 2020.
Yeah, of course. They also acquire Jordan Lawler, who's the MLB-ranked number 12 prospect Shortstop, just drafted last year. Looked pretty good in almost 400 plate appearances. Had a 303 batting average with a 910 OPS in Double-A for the Diamondbacks. Looked really solid, in all honesty. Good speed, too, for a shortstop. Only 20 years old, too, mind you. So plenty of room for him to even become better than that at the MLB level. And finally, outfielder Pavin Smith headed over to the Minnesota Twins. Kind of the cherry on top. Former first overall pick back in 2017, I believe. 2017, yes, that is what it says here. Batted .220. Didn't do too much. Didn't do too well, but also definitely worthy of an MLB level spot. And is a lefty, which is always fun.
Pavin Smith, don't think he was number 1 overall pick.
I said first round pick.
Oh, okay, yeah, first round, you're right. Yeah, I mean, wow.
It speeds up the
rebuild. I would like that.
It speeds up the rebuild.
I see what you were saying on the. You don't know if it's unrealistic or not because, like, I would love that to happen and it would kind of make sense.
Yeah.
And I would love that for the Diamondbacks because
I don't know why we're turning the Minnesota Twins into sellers, but yeah, I would like.
Just love the Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
And just thinking that outfield would be Buxton, Gurriel,
and Corbin Carroll.
No.
And Corbin Carroll.
No, Jake McCarthy.
Nope, it would be Corbin Carroll.
It would definitely
be Jake McCarthy would DH and platoon with other guys.
At that point, it's the same lineup.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter, but still, that's a good outfield.
That is a solid outfield.
I would love to see it happen. They still have Ketel Marte. They still have Ketel Marte, Christian Walker, Josh Rojas, who was good last season.
Zach Gallen,
Carson Kelly, Gabriel Moreno. Nick Ahmed. I mean, I like it.
It's a very solid trade, and the thing that I like most about it is it has nothing to do with the on-the-field production.
Oh, yeah.
Corbin Carroll leadoff, Byron Buxton too. If they hit back-to-back doubles, the Arizona Diamondbacks could call it the Roadrunner Special.
Okay.
And, like, the graphic on the Jumbotron is the Roadrunner running through the desert.
I think they should just hire you.
I would be the best content creator in Diamondbacks history.
And get the hell out of here.
Yeah, okay, see.
No,
but that would be electric because they are two of the fastest players in baseball. Corbin Carroll is the fastest player in baseball right now. Buxton, when fully healthy, is an absolute speed demon.
Sounds fun.
It's so much fun.
I actually kind of want that to happen now. I'm rooting for that trade.
I think that would be the first two Major League Baseball players in a supercar commercial. They would be racing supercars in the desert. Come on.
Gotcha.
Come on. It sounds like so much fun.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I mean, I like that trade. That was a good trade. I'm impressed with the fact you thought of that. Yeah.
I had to move Buxton.
I really like that because I love the Diamondbacks and I want them to do good.
So I will.
Diamondbacks fan at heart.
Yeah. I will admit to you.
We have nothing Diamondbacks down here.
Well, we have the hat.
The hat, but I'm not getting up to get it.
Well,
big Diamondbacks guy.
So I will admit to you that at first, I put that trade in my trade that I did not like.
I love that.
And I was reading it more and more, and I was like, wait a minute.
I love that.
The Diamondbacks getting Buxton actually sounds electric.
I love
and
that.
And I moved a few pieces around, and that's the trade that I
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like it.
It would be fun. Good job.
Is that it for this episode?
I believe so. I went through my 5. Did you go through your 5?
I did go through my 5. What was your favorite one that you had?
My favorite one was probably my Devers to Seattle trade, my first trade. I spent a good amount of time trying to figure out something good to trade him. Oh, hello, Milo.
He's here. My favorite was probably Michael A. Taylor for a player later.
Nice, quick and simple. Rip the Band-Aid off.
Of course.
Milo.
All right. Well, this is Milo. Making an appearance. First time in a while, actually. But yeah, that should be it for this episode.
Should be.
We thank you guys for watching, listening, viewing, subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, following, everything.
And rating 5 stars.
And we will see you in the next episode.